In this video, I'm going to show you how to play Vampire Weekend's A-Punk. Coming up,
The Quest for Groove.
Okay, so I'm going to show you all the patterns, all the fills, and at the end I'm going to show you a full performance of me playing the whole song, drums only. And that's actually just last week's video with the band removed. So you have the drums only, and you can very closely hear what I'm doing. So if at any point during this video questions arise, feel free to ask them below. I read and answer every single one of them. And if you're new to this channel or new to finger drumming in general, also check out some of the links in the description below, because I have lots of free stuff for beginning finger drummers on my website and some beginner videos that I link to. So check out the description if you're new here. Okay, so let's get started. The first pattern is actually the drums counting off. So it starts off with this guitar riff, like, and then the drums just do like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? There's nothing to explain about that. You hit this tom with your middle finger and this with your thumb, this snare, and you're off. Then the drums start playing this pattern, slowed down, and that's just playing this, middle finger, thumb, and then you add the snare, and then you play just the hi-hat and the kick again, and then add the snare again. So there's a kick on every count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in between those hits, you hit this open hi-hat pad. Right? Okay, and then he does this. That's a pretty cool thing. That's actually, you do a double stroke with your left hand. And the trick to practicing this is actually launching your left hand into the double stroke with your right hand. So what I would do, I'm just going to do it over here just to not make any sound. You give a firm tap with your right hand on a table or something, and then your left hand makes this little jump. And it's not about trying to cram it down really fast or something, because as soon as you cramp up, you can actually not do that fast thing. It's more about a little shake or something. It's a little spasm almost. And then when you add that spasm into the mix, you get, right? From that point on, it moves to closed hi-hats. So it's the same pattern, but then with 2 closed hi-hats. And what I can add to this is that this hi-hat is more firmly played than the hi-hat on the afterbeat. So try and tap a little softly with your left hand. Not, but and then it moves on to the B section, and that's this pattern. Right? So what you do is with your right hand, you just start tapping this tom. And this is a great way to get a repetitive strain injury, by the way. If you have no stamina build up in terms of your hand, and you just start practicing this for 6 hours a day, don't do that. Just build it up slowly and maybe slow it down a little bit before you go full speed. And then with your left hand, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 at the same time. So sometimes you hit a pad at the same time as your right hand. So no alternating necessarily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then he does this little fill while playing this, like, goes something like that. And in the meantime, you have to keep playing this. The only exception is when I do this double stroke, I stop playing for a second, like. See? Then I'm not tapping at the same time. And then you move on to repeating the pattern. So, and you start on the second hit of that pattern because the first one is replaced by this one. And then at the end of this whole thing, he counts off again. And then starts playing the intro again. So you do, the difference is that you keep tapping this hand. And then you can go into the main beat again. Okay, yeah, so that's the whole thing. And remember, it takes time to become a good finger drummer, so you might have to slow things down a little bit. And don't be unsatisfied if you're not able to play this thing at full speeds right away. Another quick tip, by the way, is that you can actually slow the whole video down on YouTube by clicking the description and clicking the settings and then selecting playback speed. That might be handy for, checking out the stuff that I play and slowing it down a little bit. Okay, so here's the whole drum performance. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you again next week for another video.